Camigin's underwater paradise is truly breathtaking, and a special group of divers enjoy it through breath holding or free diving. Others call it skin diving. So we're here in Kurma Free Dive Camiguin, and we're joined by the dive shop manager, but I think he's more of the main instructor in this resort. I would like to introduce to you Mr. Robert Garcia. So, Robert, because we know what scuba diving is, but this little knowledge I have about free diving, what really is free diving?
So it's still diving. The biggest or the main difference would be that there's no tank. So we go underwater without air. It's more of a physical discipline, I guess, and also it's a sport. So bigger than recreation. It's like from normal what people experience with scuba diving is.
Yes.
They go in the water and then they experience the outside, the fish, what they do with free diving, where it's more internal actually, because like you have to start with your body. It's not just like strap a tank on you and then you can go down and enjoy. You have to learn how the body works so that you can hold your breath and then go underwater.
Wow.
So
that sounds very complex to me.
It sounds, it is, and there's a lot of science behind it.
Exactly.
But the real kind of essence of it is that the body is just, it's something that the body just does, and we just explain it, and then it's surprising how easy.
And then how often do you do that?
So for example, like me as an instructor, like I had to go through all the different levels of certification to understand like the different.
So there is some sort of discipline. In
absolutely,
this.
like there's different disciplines in terms of how you go down, how deep you go, but the biggest would be the safety part, like the why we take the courses actually is because imagine I'm asking you to hold your breath and go underwater.
I can't.
To hit specific depth.
Wearing a mask is almost.
There you go, and then we're holding our breaths for level 1, for example, is 1 minute and 30. Level 2 is 2 minutes 30. Level 3 would be 3:30. But then it's not about that number. It's about understanding what your body's capable of. And then we enjoy the internal.
So this is a lot. I mean, exercise on breathing or not breathing?
Both, yes, actually. So we do exercises for breathing, so that your breathing muscles basically are more flexible or more stronger. Yeah. But at the same time, we also need to do breath hold exercise.
You know, a lot of people say, why do that? You can always strap a tank and complete and then enjoy.
Right.
So
at the end of that year, I was able
sport
to
for
compete.
Introverts. But you're not. So.
No, but there are a lot of free divers who are very good ones that are introverted because they're able to focus.
Great. So why are you in Camiguin?
So I was born in Manila, raised in Manila. I grew up there, school, everything worked. I guess after so many years in the corporate setting, I was just looking for a short break or a slight change in lifestyle. And then after I moved here, it was just. I fell in love. I know it sounds cheesy, but I fell in love with the island and the sport also. So with free diving, it kind of drew me in even more.
You also do yoga classes.
Yes.
Is it part of the course or a separate activity?
So it's a separate activity, but it is tied into the free diving. So you can imagine with how you're holding your breath and the physical discipline of it is attached to your mental state, hugely. Some free divers would say it's 60% mental, 40% physical.
Post-pandemic, is this something that you envision as part of the growth of your enterprise here and your passion and the whole of the island as a destination for travel?
So I'll start with for the diving. The plan right now is basically to get everything ready for if and when it does, or when it comes back, right? So just equip everything, make sure everything is maintained. The restaurant, we will keep, it has to keep the theme of the food, and I think this specific kind of it's a niche market sort of for us, but being in Camiguin allows us to kind of explore more of it allows the tourists actually to explore more of the island and then understand what is Camiguin, not just the diving. So because it's it's a beautiful island.
It's a beautiful island, and I'm sure you do a lot in terms of sustainability. Because like you know, when you go out there, you bring your boats and things like that. So it is part of the learning experience of your students and of course Purma itself in protecting the environment.
Absolutely, and especially because we preach what we talk about, like free diving being more attached to nature. There's no equipment or minimal equipment, and so all of that kind of ties into the environment. Going back, same thing with the restaurant, for example. Pandemic, when everything closed down, we could keep the kitchen open because it's so local, homegrown. We plant our stuff in the back that we put in the kitchen, so it's another part of sustainability that we're trying to achieve. So it's a continuous process, and we will keep doing it. Again, it's a struggle right now, but I don't see it being insurmountable. We will get through this.
Well, I like that optimism. Maybe that comes from not breathing for a long time.
Possibly. Like you're so used to not having air.
Thank you very much, Robert, for the insights.
You're welcome.
Sharing your experience. It's something to think about. Probably we'll enroll one of these days.
Hopefully.
Daghang salamat.
Well, I suppose.
Thank you.
Thank you.